Welcome to episode 3 of community created cards. If you want to submit your own card, head to the Discord linked in the description below. Once you join and verify and all that good stuff, you can go to the media room, go to submit cards, scroll all the way up, and you'll see this template. New templates coming soon. I mean, I'm recording this pretty early, so there may already be new templates, or another one at least. But you know, we'll see how that goes. And once you're here, you can download this, edit it, and then upload it with all of your custom information, and I will react to it through video format. And the way I do it is I basically go first come first serve. So I'm literally just going in order. You can see a bunch of concepts here we'll be covering in future videos, but as of right now, we're covering the next 3, 4, or 5 units. And I'm telling you right now, I am very, very, very excited because, again, the community, it's actually crazy how great the community does, whether it's our small section of the community or just others who really enjoy creating cards. It's crazy the concepts that I read and the concepts that I end up, just going through. I think that the community, there's something, at least for me, just really fun about seeing what you have to say, seeing what ideas you can come up with, whether it's new mechanics or whatever the case is. So I love this series. I told you I'd be bringing it back. This is the 3rd episode. Obviously, as you guys can see here, more episodes definitely coming soon. And yeah, let's just hop into it. By the way, I will always mention when it comes to these types of videos, I do like balance with these characters. So if I see something stupidly OP or definitely a little more OP than usual, I'm not going to really cover the card too much. I may even just skip it depending on how absurd it is. But that's just me, right? I like to go through and give my honest opinion about these units that you create, but I would rather have them, it's more fun for me to actually think about how good they're going to be in the meta rather than, you know, just have them be stupidly broken and whatever the case may be. So let's hop into our first concept here, coming way of Drip 17, aka the blue Goku and Vegeta ROF unit lover. And here we have a Dirty Fireworks Vegeta. Let's just go ahead and hop into the, concept itself, and let's see what Drip 17 is cooking up. I will also say that Dokkan X community in the playlist itself is going to continue growing. I mean, you may not see this just yet, but we're going to be implementing more videos with Discord, so if you want to participate in those, again, feel free to join up. Let's continue on with this video. Again, I want to incorporate the Discord more and create more content from you, and just involve, because again, interacting with you guys is definitely one of the most enjoyable things that I've done ever since I started making Dokkan content. But let's continue. So here we go. We have Gifted Warriors or Planetary Destruction, 3 key 170 plus an additional 30% to stats for characters who are in the Inhuman Deeds category or Pure Saiyans category. So this is what that leader skill looks like. Prodigious Warriors, Planetary Destruction, 170. Pure Saiyans, Diabolical Villains, which is basically the translation, right, for Inhuman Deeds, extra 30%. And this is basically what we're cooking up here. So we have a lot of freezes, which is really good. We have the Vegeta characters, the Namek Saga Vegeta characters, the Saiyan Saga Vegeta. We have Broly in here as well. Overall, this is not a great, amazing, stupendous category, but you do have some options here that can definitely make a legitimate team, right? So overall, in terms of leader skill, not bad, not great, but definitely not bad. Let's continue reading here. Super attack effect is Gallic Eraser, stacks attack, raises defense for 1 turn, and causes immense damage to enemy. I should note this is going to be a TUR, an STR. I think STR fits Gallic Gun Vegeta very, very, very well, and these are his stats, of course. Okay, let's go into their passive skill a little bit here. And thank you, by the way, Drip, for making this really nice and neat and somewhat easy. When I say somewhat easy to read, I'm saying I think the background kind of inhibits. I definitely need to make a new template, but again, it's very, very neat here, so I really appreciate it. Okay, Saiyan Elite is his passive skill. 1 key, attack plus 100% and defense plus 200%. Okay, I mean, what are the defense? 11,000 defense. So, yeah, I'm glad we're getting a 200% buff because 11,000 defense is definitely not the craziest. A little bit low. Launches an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super attack. Okay. Plus an additional attack plus 100%. And medium chance to perform a critical hit when performing a super. Wait. Okay. So when you perform a... Hold on. Plus additional attack plus 100% and medium chance to perform a critical hit when performing a super attack. I'm going to assume, for the sake of this video, or for the sake of this unit, that this is like a one-time per turn buff. Because, like, what if this... Maybe I'm just reading it wrong, but what if this character super attacks 2 times per turn? Are they going to be getting it every single time they super attack? I'm just assuming it's like once they super attack for that turn, they'll be receiving this buff. I don't see it as permanent. I mean, hold on. Yeah, okay. It seems like a one-turn buff to me. Plus an additional attack and defense plus 60%. Reduces damage received by 40%. And high chance to guard all attacks for 3 turns within the same turn after receiving an attack. They become very good. Or he becomes very good after receiving an attack. Wow. 40% damage reduction. 60% to both stats, yeah. And guard. He becomes like the ultimate defensive character after getting touched. Because remember, he does have 200%. Raising defense here. Yeah, okay. Plus an additional attack and defense plus 60% when there is an extreme class ally on the team, self-excluded. This is the team, so literally it's made entirely of extreme class characters with the exception of some, obviously. Extreme... Wait, hold on. Self-excluded. Okay, we definitely like that. Extreme class allies 3 key. Wow. When HP is 70% or less upon entering attacking turn, starting from the 3rd turn from the start of battle, if the character or an ally attacking in the same turn receives a KO attack, revives and recovers 70% HP once only. Very easy revival skill to activate here. Active skill Dirty Fireworks can be activated starting from the 3rd turn from the start of battle. Greatly raises attack temporarily and causes ultimate damage to enemy. Okay, so I do want to point out one thing really quickly. Maybe it was with a different unit. Never mind. Okay. I thought that Drip had made a separate comment about this Vegeta, but essentially what we're dealing with here is a Vegeta who has like a costume change, right? And revival here. And we go into this Vegeta right here. So the super attack seems like it remains the exact same once he has a costume change. But obviously the buffs here are a little bit different. So 2 key, 178% to attack and 200% to defense. Launches an additional attack that has a great chance of becoming a super. So previously it was high chance, okay. Plus an additional attack plus 100% and great chance to perform a critical hit when performing a super attack. Oh yeah, so that buff is just slapped on. So basically, okay, I get it now. Okay, I don't know why I was thinking about it like weirdly, because usually characters who perform super attacks just get that buff for that one super attack, right? Or it's applied every single super attack they do, but it's not a buff effect. It's more of like a for that one super attack. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why I was thinking about it weirdly. My bad. Plus an additional attack and defense plus 78%. Reduces damage received by 50% and guards all attacks for 3 turns within the same turn after receiving an attack. So it goes from a high chance to guard to just guaranteed guard. 50%. So this Vegeta, once he gets touched, you won't be able to kill him for 3 turns. Because remember, 200% to defense, 78% defense, 50% damage reduction, and guarding. Plus an additional attack and defense plus 78% when there's an extreme class ally on the team, self-excluded. Extreme class allies 3 key and 18% to stats. Wow. Plus an additional attack plus 78% when active skill is launched or the enemy's HP is 78% or less. Final Crash can be activated starting from the next turn once only. Greatly raises attack temporarily, causes ultimate damage to the enemy, and launches an additional super attack within the same turn when activated. This Vegeta is very, very, very strong. But you know what? It makes sense, right? I feel like a Dirty Fireworks Vegeta, or any Vegeta really, deserves this type of love and this type of treatment. I think once they get touched, they're a little too strong. Taking everything else into effect as well. I mean, I think this Vegeta is extremely powerful. This is definitely like a 9th year anniversary type of character, at least in my opinion. One thing you can do to maybe balance it a little bit more is maybe exclude himself from the support. But even then, it's like 78% here, 78% there is what, 156 already on top of you're at 300% here, 300% here, an extra 100% there, and on top of that, you're like, this is like a futuristic, not a futuristic concept, but definitely closer to the 9th year anniversary power creep meta. Because this is not gonna LR. There's just a Dokkan Fest, an STR random monthly Dokkan Fest. So this is extremely powerful. I would love to see it. I wouldn't call it broken, like absolutely stupidly like OP. But you know, this is not a character you're defeating for 3 turns after he gets touched. So he does have his weakness in that regard, right? Like in turn 1, you can definitely get blasted, but even then it's like you still have a potential 78% there, plus your own support. So yeah, I mean, slot 1 in any difficult event, he can still get blasted, which is definitely a good weakness to have. But once if he doesn't die, he becomes like a whole stupid tank. So. And by stupid, of course, I mean in a good way, like a very, very, very ludicrously, you know, tanky kind of character here. So let me know what you think about this concept. I would definitely love a Dirty Fireworks Vegeta. Let's move on to the next concept submitted by you. And we have, actually, yeah, Drip17 with the next concept here with a Dokkan Festival Buhan. By the way, his raid super attack is Super Ghost Kamikaze attack. Greatly raises attack temporarily and causes immense damage to enemy. Let's take a closer look at what else Drip was cooking up for this Buhan here. So his leader skill is Sworn Enemies, Final Trump card, or actually let me just look here. So he is a TUR and he is a physical TUR. So I'll tell you this right now. If we're getting another Buhan or Boo Tanks or any Boo kind of character, I would rather them not be physical, because then you can link up, you know, with the already existing physical LR Boo Tanks, and when that character receives an EZA, this could be a really powerful, do we have big web bosses? Yes, really powerful, really strong rotation. So a double physical rotation isn't, you know, the best thing of all time. I'd rather have this character cover the weakness of, let's say, physical Buhan here. So obviously if Buhan is physical, covering his weakness would have to make this guy AGL, because his weakness is STR and AGL beats STR, so this guy would have to be technically AGL. Or it could be vice versa, where this character is covering this character's weakness, which would mean that if he's covering his weakness would then end up, you get the point, right? It's just something to allow these two to work really well in rotation, where if a boss has type advantage against one of these characters, then the other can definitely come in and do the work. And by the way, that would be tech. If this guy was tech, his weakness would be int, and he covers that. That's what I was trying to get to. But anyways, let's continue on with this. So his leader skills are Sworn Enemies, Final Trump card, Artificial Life Forms, 3 key 170. And then 30% to Worldwide Chaos or Transformation Boost. This is what that category looks like. Again, you have some really, really, really strong characters in here. You have the new Golden Week Piccolo as well. You have a lot of the Frieza characters. Even I love the fact that now LR, I think he was trying to target LR Super Boo, by the way. Which definitely is a W move here. So again, not a bad category. I would say this is definitely a better roster of characters than the previous one, right? But I mean, it's just the character, so it makes sense. Let's continue here. His SA, his super attack, is Energy Shooter. Greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn and causes immense damage to enemy. A very powerful super attack effect right there. And then we have, and we already read the rage mode stuff, but not this stuff, but you get the point. Anyways, Evil of Supreme Terror is the name of the passive. Stats here, so defense is still kind of low. Attack is also kind of low as well. Okay, let's see what we're dealing with here. Activates the entrance animation once only. Attack and defense plus 50% and launches 2 additional attacks for 4 turns from the start of turn. Okay. I have not seen the rest of the kit yet, but hopefully these can crit. Because if these 2 attacks can't crit, then these extra attacks may not really be worth much, especially, I guess it's early content or early fight anyways, doesn't really matter too much. But for the first 4 turns, an extra 50% to stats and 2 extra attacks can definitely be really strong. Let's see. 2 key and 160% to stats, very good. Plus an additional attack and defense plus 50% when performing a super attack. All right. Launches an additional attack. Launches an additional 2 attacks starting from the 3rd turn from the start of battle. Wait, hold on. This guy's like an attack machine. Is that where? So he has his own attack. Then he has this additional. That's 2 attacks. Then for the first 4 turns, he has 2 extra attacks, which is 4 attacks. And then I'm assuming that this is just not adding 2 more, but just 1 more. So it's 5 attacks. Starting from the... So you're going to have 1 turn of just him attacking 5 times. Plus the hitting potential is 6 times, right? Launches an additional 3 attacks starting from the 5th turn from the start of battle. Launches an additional super attack starting from the 7th turn. So... Yo, how many attacks is this? Hold on. So we have 3 attacks here. And then we have the normal attack is 4. Plus the guaranteed additional. Well, I guess the guaranteed additional will be in that, right? It's just a lot of attack. I'm wondering, so launches an additional attack. This is... it feels like this and this next line, they're separate. So starting from the 3rd turn, this would be 2 additional attacks starting from the 3rd turn on top of this one, on top of these 2. And then you have the additional super. We're talking about like 100 attacks here. Plus an additional attack and defense plus 15% up to 200% with each attack performed. You're getting this turn 2, dude. With not obviously turn 2, but you're building this up very, very quickly for the first 4 turns. High chance to perform a critical hit and launch an additional super attack starting from the turn in which the character has performed the 5th attack in battle. Reduces damage received by 40% and high chance of evading enemies' attacks starting from the turn in which the character has performed the 10th attack. So it makes sense why the stats are relatively low here. We are, and just to give you like a comparison, I mean, Vegeta is approaching 16k. Buhan, I mean, I guess he's approaching 15k, but even then it's like, we've seen, I guess, Dokkan Fest TORs with like, I think 17, 18k. So it makes sense. This character is literally dishing out like 3-4 super attacks a turn. Like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 normal attacks per turn. This guy is like an actual machine, building up to a total of 360% to stats, with an extra 50% on super. 40% damage reduction. You're not touching this character once they build up. I like this a lot because this is not like new in terms of what he's doing, but it's new in the sense of all the attacks that they do. Active skill Rage Mode can be activated when HP is 60% or less, so once only. Rage Mode passive skill Loss Control. 2 key and launches 2 additional attacks, each of which has a medium chance of becoming a super. So I like the key there, and I like the extra attacks. It makes the Rage Mode just that much more effective. So we've seen some pretty mid-range Rage modes in Dokkan. So I feel like having a character like this with a rage mode definitely provides a lot of value to the team. This is a very interesting card. It's confusing to me on how things are worded though. Like launch an additional attack. This is completely separate than this next line. So that means this is 2 plus 1, which is 3, plus the 2 for the first 4 turn, which is 5, plus the roam, which is 6. So once you've completely built up, let's say you received your 5th attack in battle. You're launching a guaranteed additional here, super attack. You launch your guaranteed additional here. That's 2 guaranteed super attacks. Plus 3, 4. So your own super attack. Plus that super attack. Plus this super attack is 3 super attacks. Guaranteed per turn. 4 normals guaranteed per turn. He's attacking like 8 times, including the hidden potential. It's a lot of attacks. It's a lot of damage. And the crit he gains is stupid. This is a stupid character. This is a very, very strong character. Greatly raising your attack and defense for like 3 times is very, very strong. And on top of that, the damage reduction. I mean, after this character, I feel like before this character even attacks, obviously they can get like one shot, but once you've super attacked all your guaranteed times, and you have your damage reduction, it's like this is I'm trying to think, like, who do I like better? I think I like this Buhan better, only because I think his team just this team just needs more options. And Majin Power, the Majin Power team is very, very fun as well. So yeah, I mean, let me know what you think. Again, I think Drip definitely cooked with this concept as well. We're 20 minutes into this video and only 2 concepts, and I gotta move fast here. But yeah, let me know what you think. I can't spend too much time here, but I think the concept is really unique in sense of all the attacks they're performing. And yeah, this is actually a character I really do want to see in game. I just want to see how they would actually perform in battle, right? All right, moving on to the next template here. We have a false Super Saiyan Goku by my username is crazy, not gonna lie. And he mentioned that they did not put in too much effort here, but it doesn't matter. I still want to show this concept just a little bit of love. False Super Saiyan Goku, I will tell you right now, we just don't think it's actually going to be a thing. I want to do a video on it though, talking about false Super Saiyan, but we'll talk about that when it actually is important, right? For right now, this is going to be a UR physical character. Stats are definitely on the very low side for defense, like very low, defensively speaking. Movie heroes or Battle of Fate 170, Goku family an extra 30%. This is what that leader skill looks like. Obviously, when you have a Goku family unit in here and movie heroes, you end up having a really broken team. So I don't really have to say much there. Anger Burst greatly raises attack for 1 turn, stacks defense, and causes colossal damage. So a TUR causing colossal. Okay. Active, so entrance animation once only. 2 key, 170% to stats for 4 turns from the start of battle. Plus an additional HP attack and defense plus 10% starting from the 5th turn after the entrance. So is this like every single turn? I guess it is every single turn. So he's regenning 10% HP and he's stacking attack and defense plus 10%. But this is only lasting for the first 4 turns, right? The 170% here. Okay. 2 key. Attack and defense was 120% when HP is 56% or less. Launches an additional super attack. And then when HP is 70% or more, has a medium chance to guard all attacks. So I will say, a really good attempt of building a character here. I think having this limited to 4 turns just kills this character completely, because once 4 turns have elapsed, if 4 turns have elapsed and you're not under 50%, 56% HP, you literally only have your built up stats here, right? And then if you're above 70%, you don't even have a guarantee. Like, I would say, if you're going to make guard conditional, make it guaranteed. And then allow him to keep this buff for the rest of the fight. And then maybe have this buff right here be the buff that he gets for the first 4 turns after activating his entrance animation. But that is, you know, just my tips there. I want to see how you can improve your concepts in the next one, though, because obviously, like, in terms of this meta, this Goku isn't going to be performing too. Again, he loses pretty much all of his stats. I mean, if you're going for more of a character who's strong initially, that makes sense. But then, like, his kit is allowing him to stack stats for the remainder of the fight, which doesn't really hold up. So I'm kind of confused on the direction you're going for this Goku, but I understand you didn't put too much effort into it anyways. I would still love to see a Fall Super Saiyan Goku and Dokkan. I don't think it'll happen, but unfortunately, you know, I'm still gonna hope. What does hope mean? I'm still going to have hope. Let's move on to the next concept here with a Super Saiyan Blue Goku coming from Jelly Hyuga. Let's see what this character is looking like. Let's go all the way back here. That's not what I meant to click. All the way back here. All right, here we go. So we have a blue Goku from... Okay, stats are... I don't know if this is an LR or a TR. I'm going to just assume it's like a... Yeah, so leader skill is definitely beyond, you know, strong here. Let me just take a quick glance here. I have a feeling this is like a broken character here, because this leader skill has started us off very, very good, right? Yes. Okay. So this is again one of the examples of like really stupidly strong characters. So I'm not gonna really go over this. You can pause this if you want, but obviously 150 and guarding for 7 turns. 3 key per key spheres, 20% damage reduction per key sphere. I mean, you obtain 5 and you're not taking damage. That's all we really have. That's all we really have to, like, you know. And then we see 170% stats there, and like it's you read this and you're gonna see, and they're greatly stacking attack. So yeah. Okay, moving on to our last concept here is coming from Crab Morsky. And they mention, just a note, I didn't change his link set from his old physical card except for changing Shattering the Limit for Fierce Battle. It's just that strong. Alright, so he made a Dokkan Fest Lord Slug concept. Let's see what Crab Morsky is cooking up for us here. Let me go ahead and pull. I'll just, you know, delete these really quick. There we go. So we have another giant form leader, huh? Giant form space traveling warriors, 170, 30% to terrifying conquerors and movie bosses, and this is the category that we get. It's a shame that I don't see Broly on here, but you know what, man, it is what it is. I guess Broly will continue to get the shaft. You still have some really strong characters in here, so I mean, you're going to be able to still make a really powerful team nonetheless. Question: why isn't... It's weird to me, unless I'm... Oh, never mind. Yeah, I was waiting. I was trying to see where these 2 cards were, the Rakum Goldo and Jason Berger. But anyways, yeah. All right, let's move on with this. So super attack raises attack and defense, so stacks attack and defense, and causes immense damage to enemy with a high chance of stunning. Combination of animations from 30... Oh, okay. So I'm not going to pull it up because I don't want to have any potential copyright issues, right? But if you would like to follow along with this, feel free to look up really quickly, you know, Lord Slug movie, whatever, and then just skip to these parts of the movie. It's really cool that Crab Morsky did research on this, though. And then you can just see what he has in mind. He is an AGL UR character. Stats are okay. Defense is a little bit low, but, you know, let's see how that is being made up for in terms of his passive skill here. We have activates entrance animation when there is a super class category enemy. Easy. Or when all allies attacking the same turn are extreme class. With these teams here, it's not going to be hard to do that. I mean, if you're running a Power of Wishes team, I guess that could be hard, or maybe something like Namekians, but other than that, you're going to be good to go. So again, very, very easy to activate. Guards all attacks for 4 turns. Plus an additional defense plus 150%. So is that... So the defense here doesn't seem to be for 4 turns. It's just a guarding for 4 turns. And the defense was 100. So you have to activate this to earn the 150% defense, but it doesn't seem like that the defense is turn limited. So once you activate this, you have a guaranteed 150% defense. Is how I'm reading it. Unless for the first 4 turns, the defense will also apply to that. We'll again, let's see how that ends up looking. Like Crab Morski, if you're watching this, let me know. Does this defense apply only for the first 4 turns as well, or it's guaranteed buff as long as you activate the entrance animation? Attack and defense was 180%, plus an additional attack and defense plus 35%, and guards all attacks as the first attacker in a turn from the 5th turn from appearance. Starts guarding from the 5th turn. Okay. Performs an additional super attack in a turn where an attack is received. And 4 key spheres were obtained. Great chance of nullifying unarmed super attacks and countering with ferocious power. So, a great chance to nullify super attacks, unarmed of course, is very strong. So this character, I mean, with 180% of stats, obviously, and even the 150 here. I see. Okay, so you can basically have him guarding throughout the entire fight, as long as you get this active, the entrance animation off, right? Because it's for 4 turns, and then starting from the 5th turn, he's guarding as the first attacker only. So he's guarding throughout the, like, in every slot, but starting from the 5th turn, he gets a little bit of extra stats and guard guaranteed, but only in, again, the first slot, right? So that makes sense. But let's just say that you're running a specific team that doesn't call for you to be able to activate the, let's say you're in red zone where you're facing an extreme class enemy and you have, you know, some super class enemies on the team, which again I feel like will be rare anyways. You're going to want to hide this character because you won't be able to get any of these buffs, and 180% in difficult content is not going to get you very far. So for the first 5 turns, you're really going to want to hide this character until you get to that 5th turn, and then now you're guarding with extra stats. But it's also interesting because his super attack he's stacking, and he gets an additional super attack, but he has to get hit first. So it's like we're being asked to put this character in slot. Again, this is like very niche situation where he won't be able to activate this, but more often than not, you're going, like, literally 99% of the time, you're going to be able to activate this. So it's really no issue at the end of the day. But let's say for someone who doesn't really have a lot of, like, really good teams and has to throw on a super class unit here and there, whatever the case is, you have to put this character in slot 1 to get that extra attack, similar to like Namek Goku or even the AG Full Power Frieza. Of course, collect some orbs as well, but which is going to allow you to stack your attack and defense, but you're going to have to hide him for the first 5 turns. So that means putting him in slot 3, which means you're not really going to be able to take advantage of getting hit first, which is usually happens in slot 1, or when facing an AoE character. So yeah, I mean, the build here is very interesting. At the end of the day, it's a very strong build, because we're really just dealing with, what, 215% of stats. We're guarding that first slot. This is definitely just a slot 1 tank. So guarding, 215% of stats, double supering, and nullifying. That's very strong. Not like OP at all, actually, but very strong. Active skill Giant Form can be activated when HP is 80% or less starting from the 4th turn. 80% or less. Super attack effect massively raises attack temporarily and causes destructive damage. And passive 3 key, great chance of performing a critical hit. Again, I love giving key to these giant forms. It just makes the super attack process a lot better, and a great chance to crit is also a massive W. These are, again, all the timestamps for these certain parts of the passive if you want to follow along and watch. Crabmorsky, thank you. Genuinely thank you for putting those in there. I love the fact that you're doing research for these units as well like that. And so if anyone wants to follow along, you absolutely can. I think this is definitely a massive W of a concept. One of my favorites. It's very concise. Like, it's not like a lot is going on, but the character has a lot to look forward to, and there's a lot you can bank on, depending on how you want to run your team and how you really want to play the game. So thank you for that, Crabmorsky, and that is basically it for all of our concepts today. We went through what I think was, let me pull up Discord again. We went through 5 concepts, I believe. We have Fall Super Saiyan Goku, Buhan, Fireworks Vegeta, Super Saiyan Blue Goku, and Lord Slug. So we will pick up next episode, starting off with our Carnival Legendary Super Saiyan Broly, and then of course move on from there. So again, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next community cards video. Take care and peace.